Well, it's been a sort of game of two halves over 2024, where
Right.
we've seen anything to do with AI completely boom, and some of the valuations have gone back to where they were in 2020, 2021, and 2022, where things got slightly out of control. But anything which is not AI, it's actually not been completely easy if you're a Series B founder to raise capital.
Okay.
I think what we'll see over 2025 is a bit of a reset where some of the AI hype might cool a bit, and some other sectors, particularly climate and health, which I'm investing a lot in, will have a great year.
You say anything AI completely boom in 2024 as well. Given the power law and the margins that your business, your area of expertise works in as well, historically you're not expecting most of those to work as well. But have the numbers changed at all? Because let's be brutally honest about it. Most companies who have put an .ai or whatever into their business plan as well, they're not going to monetize this anytime soon. It's going to be a brilliant productivity tool. I make no, clearly it is a brilliant tool for everybody. But a lot of these companies, I was going to say they're selling snake oil, but they're not even selling picks and shovels, a lot of these companies as well. So how difficult will it be to invest in AI and profitably in 2025?
Well, look, what we do at Giant Ventures, we're backing founders very early in their journey, right? And we expect a lot of them to fail, and one or two or three every fund to really go big. But what's been fascinating over the last few years in venture is a good venture outcome has gone from being, say, $1 billion enterprise value at exit to $2 billion to $10 billion to $1 trillion, right? People look at the mega caps and go, one of these companies could become that big. Yeah. And I think the reason private investors get so excited about AI is that if things work in AI, it's not $1 billion outcome. It is potentially the next $1 trillion company. And so that completely changes the economics of venture capital.
Yeah. So rather than 1 in 10 or 2 in 10, you're now like 1 in 20, 1 in 30, 1 in 40. But my goodness me, that one could be great.
That's right, and you can't miss. That's the big adage of venture capital: don't miss.
That's the big adage. Well, but a lot of them do miss.
Well, I think the crucial thing, if you invest in a company which is a dud and it goes to zero, it doesn't matter basically. No. But if you miss the next Nvidia, then you have completely failed in your career.
Is it getting crowded? I hear that one of the phenomenons of 2024 was that the private equity has suddenly started sniffing at the earlier stage, like you backing the early stage founders as well. Has it become a bit more crowded?
It has become crowded, and we've seen here in Europe a lot of the multi-stage venture capital firms, the likes of Andreessen Horowitz and Lightspeed, Sequoia, coming earlier and earlier, because I think ultimately everyone realizes the best time to back these companies is in the first round, and that's where you see the super returns. So that earlier space has become much more crowded with not just the mega cap venture capital firms, but also, as you say, private equity looking to see how do they get exposure to some of these AI names, because otherwise it's very difficult if you're private equity to get into the good stuff if you're waiting until it's far too late.
Yeah, it's done, isn't it? In terms of, I think you said climate and healthcare are your specialities as well.
That's right.
Climate has been problematic as an investment class or a division of investment over the last couple of years as well. Cut a long story short, the political backdrop is very uncertain. The technology is very uncertain as well. The desire of consumers to adopt is very uncertain as well. Is it a good investment getting involved in climate?
Well, look, it's interesting. I think people have been calling about the death of climate tech 2.0. If climate tech is dead, then the climate is dead, because the only way out of this climate crisis is through advanced technology. And what we see is that people are rational actors. The world does not want mass disruption to the global economy. The world does not want 1 billion climate refugees. So I think if we get anywhere close to decarbonizing the global economy by 2050, which I think we will, the economic impact of that is bigger than the internet. And if you're sitting that out as an investor, I think it's akin to sitting out the best years of the internet. So of course you've got to be judicious. There have been so many mistakes in Clean Tech 1.0 where you had venture dollars chasing infrastructure investments essentially. I think it's different this time around because we're not looking for as much of a green premium. These products are actually creating cheaper energy, better services for consumers.